Morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut here, Bobby Atkins, and we're the Veterans Edition of Real Estate Jerky. How you doing, Bobby?
Doing well, Ed. How you doing today?
Not bad. I like these cooler weather we've been having. This is my favorite time of the year as it gets colder.
Yeah, me too, man. It means I'm not going to be sweating all the time.
I know, but it was weird last week in the rain we had.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were going to have rain. I knew it was going to get cooler, but I didn't know we were going to have rain.
I know it's funny, man. Like living in California, I guess for people in other parts of the country, they're like, oh yeah, we get tons of rain, right? Like the Midwest and Northeast. Yeah. But out here, like when it rains, it's an event, man. So me and the kids went and played out in the street.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, I thought we were in a climate situation where it's getting hotter because they said we were hotter this year. We were cooler this year.
Right.
And watch, all of a sudden we're going to have hundreds for the next 10 weeks or something. Because, Halloween, you never know if it's a jacket Halloween or if it's short Halloween.
Yeah. Wearing
shorts, I mean. But then after that, it gets really cold. And I'm like, yes, I can get my pool back to 40 again.
Yeah, it's like overnight, it just, all right, time to change temp.
That's right. But it's, now a lot of people are like, okay, well, the market's going to slow down because people don't buy homes during this period of time. Actually, a lot of people buy homes during this period of time. Yeah. This is one of the best times to buy during the holidays. You get, and I know December alone, there's like 10 best days of the year to buy a home. 7 of them are in December.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember last year I had a listing and they're like, well, is this a good time to put it on the market? I'm like, yep. You're going to get your serious buyers,
Well, now you only get serious buyers because where the market is, right?
True. But I mean, like historically, right? Like summertime, you get just lots of people that are looky-loos, but they're around the holidays. You got people that are seriously looking.
And they really want to be in by the holiday.
Oh, well,
their first Christmas in their new home or their first Thanksgiving in their new home.
Yeah.
So yeah, like we just got in contract last week and they were like 30 days. And all of a sudden they're like, can you do it in 19? Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing is I just closed one in 9 days and I'm not trying to brag. It's just, there's no reason not to be able to, right? Yeah. The biggest holdup on anything is the appraisal. So as long as you pay for a rush and get it done, you can close in 9 days. So
yeah. Yeah. And, I explain that to my buyers too. I say like, hey, do you need time to get out of your current place? Because if not, we can always ask for a shorter escrow period. And normally they're like, well, why would we want to do shorter? I'm like, well, you have 17 days to get all your contingencies removed. I was like, after that, we're just kind of sitting around twiddling our thumbs.
Right.
Unless the seller needs to get out.
And hoping somebody doesn't pass away.
Yeah. Well, time kills all deals, right?
That is correct.
Yeah. And I got that from you.
I know it does. Time does, man. Because I deal a lot up in like different counties up above us and they write them for 30, 45 days, 60 days. I'm like, why? Well, no, you don't. Right. Do it for 30, 21 days or less. Then if you need an extra couple of days, come back and get an extra couple of days. But the longer you make this thing, the more snow could show up, the more this could show up. It's just going to close and done. Don't you want a paycheck faster?
Well, and going back to what we're saying, what if someone passes away?
That's huge.
Yeah. A colleague of mine had that happen where one of the sellers, because it was a trustee sale, and one of the trustees passed away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it in the trust? What happens if a trustee passed away? It passed to the next person?
They had to put it on hold because it wasn't clearly defined.
Yeah, we have one right now that are transferring between families because the parents passed away, and in their states, if this person passes away, this person is now the trustee.
Yeah,
and that's how it should be. So stop. If you don't have a trust, all a will does is tax you for the government to. You're just setting yourself up to pay the government money.
Yeah.
You need a trust because that way you don't have to go through probate. You do not want to go through probate at all.
Yeah, average cost, what, $35,000?
Yeah, I have one right now where they got divorced and I talked about it before, and they didn't go through the transfer of the property and the divorce, how they were going to split it or who it was going to go to. They just didn't, they did the they did the divorce themselves online, and they were like, oh, but the judge didn't say anything. Judge doesn't care. They're just stamping the damn thing. They don't know that it's not their job to, was this done? Was this done? Was this done? Yes, Your Honor. Yes, and that's not how divorce works. You guys agree? Yes. Done. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That lady passed away, and now it's going through probate 2 or almost 3 years later because he was going to refinance and pay the daughter off, but we can't because it doesn't say who the money goes to, and there's the whole title's messed up. So now, and if it's over 186,000, that person's side of it, now it has to go through a full probate. If it's underneath that, you can go to a short one. Well, they can't go to the short one because it's over them.
Now, Yeah.
I know we're off on the VA, but it will happen to you too. So you need to have a trust. First thing, when you buy a house, you need to get a trust.
Well, and don't try and save, $500 by doing it online. Just find a local attorney that does them.
Yeah, because I mean, they charge around $1,500. I'm not saying on average, but that includes, everything. And I mean, the will, the trust, what happens to you if you go into the hospital and you're, when can you pull the plug? When can't you pull the plug? What you want done, because what happens is emotions take over at that time and they're like, just do whatever it takes to save him. But it's just going to be the head.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just saying because everybody gets emotional at that time, because that's how it works. Someone's passing away. Not all of us are been in the medical field, in the military, and you saw a lot. So it's not the same. But for a lot of people, they've never dealt with that. And so don't let emotions take over at that time, because you'll spend a lot of money to keep people when that's not what these people might want.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to VA.
Good drug talk.
No, but it's important because people don't think about it.
Yeah.
My wife's a nurse. She's like, everybody gets so emotional because of it's an emotional time, of course, but they don't think properly. They think, emotionally instead of what's best for everyone, and what does that person really want? Maybe they don't want to be resuscitated. Maybe they don't want this.
Yeah. Oh no, I have quite a few friends that are nurses, and they're, they see people die every day, so
they're not harsh. It's just they see what happens
Yeah.
and they want you to do so that you don't go through. Because I mean, it's got to be hard on them to see the family suffering and just do this. With that, are you sure that's what they wanted?
Yeah.
And you have no idea what they wanted. I did it so my wife wouldn't pull the plug too early. I might I might yawn. He stopped breathing. Pull the plug.
No, ma'am. He's going to go home later today. No.
Are you sure? Yeah, let's see if he can do it on his own. Anyway, yeah. All right, VA. What's new in VA world with loans? Not much. Talked about Tuesday. The conforming loan limit should go up this, hopefully by November-ish, December time. We'll know. And that just means the 726 that, the conforming loan limit, which is the VA regular loan, will go up to the new loan limit. So that just means anything above that will be a jumbo. So it's just better pricing on the lower side. Once you get to a jumbo, it's a little bit worse pricing.
So now here's a question that I'm sure other veterans have. How many times can you use your VA home benefits, right? So
all the time.
Indefinitely. Yeah. So you could buy a dozen houses as long as you close the previous loan, you can use it again.
As long as you have enough. So if you have a house and you transfer to a new place and you buy a new house, as long as you have what's your part of your eligibility left over enough to buy that, then you can. You can have multiple of them, but you can use, there's the first time use so it depends. Are you disabled people? There's no question, always use it, right? And there's no additional cost for using it all the time, because you get, as long as you're 10% or greater disability, you don't pay the funding fee ever.
Okay.
And if you're still going through the process and potentially going to get a benefit, but you buy a house today, they'll refund you the VA loan, the VA fee that you paid.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that before.
So people don't realize that. So if you're going through it and you don't, some people are like, I'm going to wait because don't wait. Buy the house. They'll refund you whatever that number is.
Yeah.
And because I've had a few people do that. But the issue is you can use it 150,000 times, whatever. There's no limit, meaning that you can use it as many times as you need to.
Yeah.
But there is the cost for the funding fee goes from like 2.3 to 3 point something at when you'd use. The reason I don't know the number is because it's automatically put in now. I don't have to remember it, and because that's the problem. I would remember it on everything and have it in my head all the time.
Yeah.
And now they changed it, and then if you put money down, it's a less number also.
Okay.
Because you don't have to put money on VA, but say that you're putting down 20% or whatever, that funding fee drops also to a different number. And the reason I say we don't remember it, it's in a system now where you don't have to, so people don't make mistakes.
Yeah.
So, but I could go in the system real quick and tell you what the number is, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Hey, if it's automated, man,
it's so people don't make mistakes, because if you make a mistake now, you got to start the whole loan all over again.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
And that, because a lot of people ask us, why do we over disclose? Like in California, Northern California, not Southern California. Southern California, they use a total of different escrow and a total of different title company, separate. In Northern California, 9 times out of 10, everybody uses the same title and escrow company. They give you a discount when you do that.
Uh-huh.
We can't show that on the loan estimate. We have to show the full fee. The CD is where we can show that discount.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. And so that's where, because people always ask us why, and why is this $1,500 to $2,000 more? Because we can't show you the discount. We have to show the full fee up front. That's the government thing, not us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I always tell people your CD automatically is going to be at least $1,000 cheaper on average than what we showed you on the loan estimate. Could be better than that, but that's just at least that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, man.
So
you can use my question. Yeah.
Excuse me. So you can use your VA home loan. Ultimately, that should be your only loan that you use, because it's going to give you a better rate than conventional, even if you have the same FICO score. It's just a better loan program overall.
Yeah.
Especially if you're disabled. Because here's the reason I'm saying that. If you're going to say you're going to take some money from a house that you sold and put down on the next one, I run both numbers, VA and conventional, to see which is better for you. But then you also have to look at, are you ever going to refinance this loan in the future? Yes. Then you want to go VA, because VA, you don't have to have a job to do it. We just put your name, address, a few pieces of documents, and you do a IRL, and you can lower your interest rate super easy every 210 days.
Okay.
So where conventional, you got to requalify for the loan every time.
Yeah.
VA, you don't.
Okay.
That's the difference. So when most of the time that rates go down is when where unemployment goes up, right? So you can still take advantage of that even if you're out of work.
Perfect.
Yeah. So that's why VA you have to look at that's what my job is. Let's look at many different situations and see what's best for you. And then you can make the decision.
Yeah. Like I say, I would imagine that most people are going to refinance at some point in time owning that home.
Well, especially in today's rates, they're going to refinance multiple times.
Yeah.
Over the next few years. And that's why our rates are so high as they are right now. And because we talked about this before, when you sell it off, the cost, and these guys are paying a premium to buy that loan right now because they know it's going to be paid off in a year, 2 years max.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it's not like the ones from the pandemic, where they were there. Those are going to stay for 30 years or 20 years because those rates are so low.
Yeah. The ones in the 2s and 3s.
Yeah. They're never going to pay unless something happens and they have to move, divorce, death, those kind of things.
Yeah, we should try and figure out what percentage of homes have that low of a rate. That way we know.
68. So 2/3 of homes have no mortgage or a rate below, or 50% equity, and they're going to have that rate.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot of them out there.
Okay.
So I'd say 1/3 don't have a loan, and then just small 10% might have a loan from 5 to 6%. And those are going to be really small loans that people are like, why are you refinancing? It doesn't save anything off your payment. Just pay it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. I hope we answered some questions and maybe created some more. But anyway, reach out to us if you need anything. I'm Ed Parcaut. You can find me everywhere. If you want to get my book, which answers all these questions, go to getedsbook.com. You want to talk to Bobby, give him a call at 209-550-1087. Again, thank you for being here. Best way to support us is subscribe. Bobby, thank you.
Thank you, Ed.